Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
Yet another wave of deadly mass shootings sweeping across the nation over the weekend. Not all of them make the news, but the violence claiming at least a dozen lives and injuring many more.
But first, school security on the top of everyone's minds after the tragic shooting in Uvalde, Texas.
Now, local school districts are examining their own security to make sure it is up to standard. Will Rio live in the studio with us. And Will, Aiken County tells you they're working to make some changes?
Yeah, that's right, Richard. Even before these tragedies happened, Aiken County leaders say they have been working to improve security in their schools over the past couple of months. Now, here's a few key points the district released in a statement after the Uvalde, Texas shooting. They're adding a new director of security and emergency operations, increasing the number of school resource officers, and updating any safety plans that they already have. Now, we asked the district for details on how these new strategies will work and when we can expect these to be in action. The district says they received a grant months ago for a safety director to come in and take over coordinating all safety measures, create drills, train staff and teachers, and act as a lead spokesperson with law enforcement. Now that will start this coming school year. They're also looking to upgrade entry points to schools and adding school resource officers to schools that do not have one.
Safety is something that we think about every day. I mean, a day doesn't go by that I'm not concerned about student and employee safety. The evil exists in the world. It's out there. And we have to do everything we can to keep our students safe. We have to make sure that we're following those protocols.
Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're looking at new technology in the school district that will help local law enforcement response times in emergency situations.
Previously, Richmond County Schools released a statement saying their school safety and security officers work and train year-round, and they partner with the Sheriff's Office to provide support. Columbia County Schools told us each school has a resource officer with more than 5 years of law enforcement experience. Plus, their buildings are equipped with safety features like buzz-in systems.
To weather now as I give you a live look out.
Sunset, and then eventually our low temps down to the mid-60s by tomorrow morning. Have a look at some better storm chances towards the middle of the week in just about 10 minutes.
Across the nation, at least 12 people are dead, more than 60 others injured after 10 mass shootings over the weekend.
People are calling for action as lawmakers are working to reach common ground. Susan McGinnis brings us the latest on efforts to move gun reform forward.
Americans absorbing another wave of mass shootings over the weekend. In Philadelphia, multiple shooters left 3 dead and 12 injured. Outside a Chattanooga nightclub, 3 killed and 14 hurt. Arizona, South Carolina, and more, adding to Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York, on a growing list of mass shooting sites, defined by 4 or more shots, excluding the shooter by the Gun Violence Archive. After years of failed efforts at national action, states and cities trying to solve the issue themselves.
No 18-year-old can walk in on their birthday and walk out with an AR-15. Those days are over.
New York's Democratic governor focused on gun control. Tennessee's Republican governor looking to beef up school security.
We can't control what we can't control. We can improve the practical, pragmatic steps to making a school safer. We can control that.
In Dallas, moms demanding action, losing faith in their leaders.
People aren't coming to save us from this. Like, we are going to have to push for this to be addressed, especially by our political leaders.
In Washington, the House looking to pass a series of gun measures likely to reach a dead end in the Senate. Republicans arguing Democrats want to take away Americans' right to bear arms.
Turns out guns are actually legal.
But a bipartisan group of senators continues to appear the most hopeful option. Legislation including red flag laws and mental health and school security measures could be presented this week.
On Wednesday, witnesses to the Uvalde and Buffalo massacres, as well as victims' families, will testify before a House committee.
2 teenagers ended up in the hospital after an incident at the Broad River Correctional Center in Columbia last week. The Department of Juvenile Justice says there were weapons used, including a shower head and a sock and a lock in a sock. Divine Johnson, one of those victims, she was hospitalized. Her family now wants SLED to investigate and wants the Department of Juvenile Justice held responsible.
I know this is unacceptable, and for dealing with juveniles, to have rods or a stick having rocks brought into the facility, being ganged. Where was the CO that was on duty?
The Correction Center's infirmary says they plan to monitor their symptoms when they're released from the hospital.
One of the stars of the Netflix series Tiger King appeared in court today in Horry County. Doc Antle faces federal money laundering charges. The FBI arrested him, and he is now behind bars. He owns the Myrtle Beach Safari. The FBI complaint says over the last 4 months, he's laundered more than $500,000 in cash that he believed were the proceeds of an operation to smuggle immigrants across the Mexican border into the U.S. If you heard about or saw a commotion at the Aiken Y this morning, don't worry, it is open and families are able to go inside again. But firefighters did respond to the YMCA on Trolley Line Road just after 8 for reports of a structure fire. They scouted out the area, they evacuated everyone inside, but we're told firefighters say there was a problem with one of the lights, and they were luckily able to keep that problem just to one room while they waited for an electrician to get there.
If you're looking for a job, Augusta University hosting a job fair tomorrow at the Goodwill Job Connection on Washington Road. Available positions include IT, public safety, human resources, research, and more. That fair is scheduled from 2 until 4 in the afternoon. If you can't make it over, you can also apply online at the link you see right there on your screen.
Okay, golf fans, this one's for you. Here is a chance to buy a historic piece of Tiger Woods memorabilia. It's a group of 5 badges for the Masters Tournament signed by Tiger Woods, and these are special because these are the 5 Masters years that he's won. So the badges for those, the oldest is for his first win back in 1997, most recently 2019, but this set is up for auction. There's 5 days left. Looks like it's at about $11,253. I'm sure it's going to go much higher than that, Richard.
Great collectible for the right golf fan. Well, a local photographer using her success to pay it forward and to help others. We're going to show you the start of her new project ahead. First at 5. Riley.
Well, storm chances are remaining low for the rest of today across the river region, but heading up into the middle of the work week. Well, that full forecast next.
Time. Well, check out the heavy rain and flash flooding near Dallas over the weekend, causing some major problems on the road. So bad, some people had to be rescued from their cars as that water continued rising.
And as you can see, the fire department had to use ropes, life jackets, whatever they could to get people into higher ground. In some neighborhoods, it blocked the driveways completely. Fort Worth firefighters warned the community, never drive through that standing water, which we say all the time. But take a look. This is in Miami, and Tiger Street flooded up to the brick wall there after a tropical storm passed through Florida. The city reported they had 9 inches of rain.
That's a lot all at once, and you can see the result. A lot of people trudging through the water or risk stalling their cars. But yeah, a lot of high water from Texas to Florida, and it's early in the season yet when it comes to tropical weather.
Riley, you know, we see these videos all the time.
Chances are going to be a little bit better. So if you are trying to iron out those weekend plans, Saturday definitely looks a little bit wetter than Sunday.
Well, you may remember these photos from one photographer who wanted to highlight local women. Well, now she's giving back to the community once again.
The pandemic was hard on everyone, but especially small businesses. Craig Allison has the story of how Jerry Beckworth is using her gift to spread some positivity.
When we became debt-free, we kind of decided, my husband and I, that we'd just like to give back in any way that we could.
Jerry Ann Beckworth has been a photographer for the past 15 years and became debt-free 3 years ago. The pandemic did slow things down, but as soon as she was able to return to in-person photo shoots, she wanted to pay it forward.
I thought, how could I help these businesses? I got to thinking, and I realized that I could use photography to help market them and promote them and share with the world what kind of business they have.
This past week, she announced she's offering up her services to one business a month for a year for free. The first one, the Soul Food Kitchen.
Growing a clientele during a pandemic was probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
They were supposed to open in April of 2020, but pushed it back to August, where there was still a lot of uncertainty.
We were pretty upset about it, but I honestly took the quarantine and ran with it, and I used it that time to create our menu.
Even without small business relief during the pandemic, she's grateful she's still standing.
Everything happens for a reason, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity because, like I said, it's been a struggle, and so any help is very greatly appreciated.
In Augusta, Craig Allison, on your side.
And Jerry now has nominations open on her website or Facebook asking for your ideas on the next business she can help market. You can find that link at wrdw.com.
Love her work. She's done a great job out there.
Love it. Movie nights are no fun when no one can agree and you never actually watch a movie. An app to help make a decision to make everyone happy ahead on First at 5.
The live icon store.
I think you know this, but if you add up the total number of movies and shows on Netflix, Prime, Hulu, and all the other streaming services, you won't believe how many options there are on any given movie night.
It's wild. There are more than 40,000 movies and shows on the major streaming services. Jamie Tucker shows us an app to sort through the chaos and find something everyone wants to watch.
So what do you want to watch tonight? I don't care. How about that? Nah. No. That looks good. No. I can't stand her. We haven't seen that.
Does this ever happen in your house? This app, Matched, could ease the pain of finding something you both want to see. Download Matched on both phones and choose all the streaming services you get. Now, either person or the entire family can bookmark movies and shows they're interested in. Each person can rate movies they've seen to build their profile. This matches their taste in movies with other users around the world who've recommended the movies or shows. This gives both Matched users some ideas of things they might enjoy. Using those suggestions, each person sharing a Matched account is presented with movies available only on the streaming services they get. Much like Tinder, you swipe right for a movie you want to watch, left for the ones you're not interested in. You can read reviews, see who's in the movie, and even watch the preview on YouTube. When you and your partner get a match, it's saved in a to-watch list. Now, when you both sit down for movie night, you'll both have movies and shows listed that you both want to watch. So you don't spend the whole night just trying to find something to watch. That hardly ever ends well.
Awful.
I'm Jamie Tucker, and Matched is the app of the day.
Nah.
It goes on and on.
I love this so much. This is actually the app I've been looking for.
It's a great idea.
We so often just never decide on something.
It takes so long. What are we going to watch? What do we end up watching? Now, if they can only solve the dinner debate, come on, there's got to be an app for that, too.
The Matched app, it's free for iPhones and Androids. The app does collect and share some personal data, like, I guess, everything else does.
So you give up a little bit for that free app.
Yeah, they can target you better now.
Sure they can.
All right.
What you watching now? Well, coming up this month, the Columbia County Performing Arts Center tickets go on sale for Disney Princess. The concert tickets are on sale Friday at 10. That concert happens in the fall, November 14th. Fans are encouraged to dress up as their favorite Disney princess and sing along and dance to their favorite songs.
Starting tomorrow, the Appleby Branch Library on Walton Way will start hosting their free concert series until June 28th. Each concert starts at 8 at night. There's free parking at the library and close by. You're encouraged to bring your own chair, your own snacks, and just come out and listen to the music.
Okay, most seniors across the two states have already graduated, but some are still committing to college sports.
Sports Director Nick Proto was out in Barnwell today as a basketball star signed his letter of intent.
Barnwell's Russell Branch had quite the basketball career for the Warhorses. He racked up more than 1,000 points and 1,000 assists in his time. Today, he signed to play with Fort Union Military Academy in Virginia. Branch had some Division I offers to places like SC State, Tennessee Tech, but decided to go with Fort Union. It's a college prep academy in Virginia with an enrollment of only about 330 students. Branch can go get a season under his belt there before hopefully fielding offers from some bigger D1 programs. At his signing today, his coaches described him as one of the most unique students and players they have. He's quite the character, as he showed when I asked him why he decided to go to Fort Union.
I feel like they probably helped me as a person and as a player. I don't like to clean my room or none of that, so I feel like that would help in a big part of life too.
Cleaning rooms, the #1 indicator of where to go to college. Branch has a lot of talent, so he should be able to continue his basketball career after a year at Fort Union. More sports coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, including a big name joining the new LIV Golf Tour. Plus, hear how much Tiger turned down from Greg Norman's new tour.
Just into the newsroom, we're learning more about a shooting in Allendale last week. It happened Wednesday, and we're learning today it happened near the Patterson Trailer Park and the Allendale Manor Apartments. Witnesses say the suspect waved a gun at them, then they heard 6 or 7 shots. SLED tells us a victim in an apartment was shot in the head by a bullet that went through the window. They say that victim was airlifted to the hospital. SLED says 19-year-old Savion Riddle is now charged with attempted murder.
Well, looking ahead to the weekend forecast, scattered storms expected Saturday, less of a chance by Sunday. Well, I'm going to look at that 7-day forecast for you just after the break.
Over the weekend, the USS Yorktown turning one woman's promotion into a double celebration. According to a Facebook post, the Patriots Point Naval and Maritime Museum welcomed this new officer, Caitlin, to be promoted to lieutenant. After she saluted, she turns around to see the boyfriend there, Addison. He's down on one knee.
Addison says he asked her to be his girlfriend 3.5 years ago on a helicopter. So he says proposing to her on the USS Yorktown was the perfect place.
And a great shot there, too.
Yeah.
Love that.
Sweet. Riley?
Good stuff there. And it looks like the weather was perfect for that proposal. We got nice weather out there for the rest of this afternoon over places like Aiken and Augusta. Currently 87 degrees in Aiken. Same thing in Augusta. And our winds are generally out of the south-southeast. Not feeling too bad out there for us. Any plans into this evening? We'll stay in the mid-80s at least through around the 7 o'clock hour, falling into the 70s as we get closer towards midnight. Nice night ahead, though, generally mostly clear skies. Winds are starting to turn more out of the south, and that's going to be bringing up our humidity the next couple of afternoons. With the humidity going up, that also means storm chances will be going up as well. Only the chance for a few isolated showers heading into our Tuesday afternoon. By Wednesday, a cold front's going to be a little bit closer towards us. That is going to provide us a better opportunity to see a passing shower or thunderstorm. And then we start to warm up. Thursday, we're seeing those high temperatures hitting the mid-90s. Same thing on Friday. Another front will start to get close to the region Friday into Saturday. So if you are trying to make those weekend plans, Saturday definitely looking like the wetter of the 2 weekend days. But the good news is, for the weekend forecast, we do look a little bit cooler. So we're going to go from high temperatures in the mid-90s Thursday and Friday back down to the 80s Saturday and Sunday. But also going to see those warmer mornings back. Low temperatures only dropping to near 70 degrees once we get past Tuesday.
It is the season of miracles over at the Children's Hospital of Georgia, where employees have been raising money. A look at last month's campaign for our Miracle Monday ahead on News 12 at 6 o'clock.